Hello and welcome to webinar series hosted by Happiest Health. I'm Kumaran and I extend my warm welcome to all the viewers on World Diabetes Day 2025 webinar. Today, diabetes is no longer just a chronic condition. It's a mirror reflecting the pressures of modern living. Over the last few decades, India has transformed rapidly. Our cities have expanded faster than ever. Workdays have lengthened. Meals have become more processed and convenient. Digital screens now occupy every moment of our day. And restful sleep has quietly become a luxury. This shift has created a perfect storm, pushing diabetes into younger age groups and turning it into one of the greatest public health challenges of our time. To help us understand why this is happening and how we can change the course, we have two of the most respected voices in diabetology with us today. Dr. Vijay Viswanathan, Head and Chief Diabetologist, MV Hospital for Diabetes, Chennai. We welcome you wholeheartedly, sir. We also have with us Dr. Rajeshwari Janakiraman, Chief Consultant, Diabetology and Endocrinology, Manipal Hospital, Yeshwanthpur, Bangalore. We welcome you also, ma'am. Thank you, doctors, for joining us. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll explore the silent link between our lifestyle choices and rising glucose levels. And we end with live question and answers. So to begin with, I would come to Dr. Vijay Vishwanathan. Doctor, over the decades, you've seen diabetes evolve in India. How has the demographic profile changed? Are younger urban populations now the high risk group?
See, the point is, we had a condition even 30 years ago when I joined practice of having Indians getting more diabetes. And it was a decade earlier than the Europeans and the Americans. The diabetes occurred a decade earlier. My father, Professor M. Viswanathan, has published a paper in 1980s that diabetes occurs one decade earlier in Indians. But now we find people in the 20s, 30s, why even 50 getting type 2 diabetes. So the demography has changed a little to the left, and more young people are getting diabetes.
Okay. On the same note, sir, even if Rajeshwari ma'am can also throw a little bit light on younger populations in the urban sector and what's happening, I think we just got cut with ma'am. So we'll move on to sir, the same question with you. And other perspective is from your experience in metropolitan cities. You've been visiting hospitals in a lot of cities. What lifestyle shifts are most responsible for this rising trend? Is it the diet, stress, or digital dependencies?
I think it's a combination of everything, all the factors.
Okay.
So it is diet. People are having a busy lifestyle, so they grab whatever they get, eat, and then they go for work.
Okay.
It's stress. Stress also plays a very important role, and the stress. We will discuss stress more often,
No.
more in detail. But stress is important. Diet is important. Lack of physical activity. You tell the youngsters to do exercise. They ask when. I sleep only at. Uh, I get up only at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And I have to rush to the office at 7:30.
Yeah.
So there is a time to exercise. So exercise they don't do, sedentary lifestyle, and this in front of the computer, and stress is more important. Eating is important. So it's a mix of factors which are responsible for the explosion of diabetes,
Okay.
as you
Okay.
call it.
Okay. Doctor, so another question when you say explosion of diabetes has happened, uh, same way the explosion of processed foods and irregular eating habits are also being influenced, and those are also influencing insulin resistance and early onset of diabetes. What's your opinion on that particular thing?
See, this, we know it's bad,
Yeah,
but it's not forbidden. It's not forbidden. You can have it once a week,
yeah,
but Eat every day is bad.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If your eating habits, when you are on medication like insulin or tablets for diabetes, you should eat on time. If irregular eating habits leads to hypoglycemia, you feel more hungry and you eat more. So you should eat sensibly on time and you should not eat junk food. You can eat junk food, processed food, as you call it, once a week
Mm-hmm.
on Sunday.
Okay. Also, doctor, so when you say this, when you were talking about the healthy eating habits, has the concept of healthy eating become too commercial and confusing for the public?
Yeah, you must remember the three proximate principles: carbohydrate, protein, and fat. The
Okay.
protein manufacturers are pushing their product too much. So
Okay.
commercialization has crept into health also. They're telling you to take protein more. And my product has more protein, less protein. So there's a fight going on between the protein manufacturers.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
I think proteins is we are a country which is rich in proteins. We
Yeah.
don't have to, we don't have to depend upon the Western diet of pectin, legumes, and all that. We have proteins in our own diet. We
Hmm.
can take them. We don't know. We call it sundal.
Yes.
It's got a lot of protein.
Yeah.
12 gram. Has got a lot. You take it in plenty.
Okay.
So thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, doctor. Ma'am, we were just going around the entire question on how diabetes is involved and evolved around the entire country. One question I wanted to ask you is, from your experience in metropolitan setup, what lifestyle habits or lifestyle shifts are most responsible for this rising trend, ma'am? Is it a diet or stress or digital dependency, according to you?
I would say all of them are equally important.
Yeah.
Diet, though our original Indian diet was quite balanced type of diet with amount of carbs, proteins like dal roti or sambar or with a lot of vegetables. That was our diet, which has changed a lot with mostly cereal based a lot of times. And most important, yes, protein is coming up. A lot of like a fat diet, but vegetables are the some things which are missing in most of the fast type of life. That is one thing, because that is the main source of fiber, uh, and which helps in preventing the sugars going really up and down.
Yeah.
So that is very, very important. That is less in our diet. And digital dependency. There are two things in that. One is, because of digital dependency, it leads to like sedentary lifestyle. Everyone is working on the computer, so they are sedentary. But it is one's work. The other thing is they are much more on social media and many other things, Netflix, so many other things are there. Like they want to spend more time on that other than their working hours. So that is like optional, it is not obligatory. So
Right.
because of that, sedentary lifestyle is something which is happening. And
Okay.
feeling of being left out, that is what that.
So you're saying that feeling of left out is being also one of the most common causes for people or youngsters to be worried about so much. I think we've lost the connection with ma'am. I'll move on to sir with another question. Sir, let's talk about this. I think she pulled out a very important thread for us for the next segment of questions. So stress, as you said, we'll dwell little deeper now, has become inseparable from modern work life. What physiological role does chronic stress play in the onset and management of diabetes?
This is very important factor.
Okay.
It leads to a surge in the counter-regulatory hormones,
Okay.
opposite to insulin. Insulin is less the body, the counter-regulatory hormones. So it's like a weighing machine.
Yeah.
On the other side, you have catecholamines, you have cortisol, you have glucagon, all acting, and insulin is a lone battalion,
Yeah.
full battalion is that said.
Yeah.
So stress is very important. The moment you become emotional, stressed out, then the contrary hormones take over.
Yeah.
So try to make a balanced mind and mindset, which is beneficial for diabetes and hypertension and cholesterol and heart problems. So I think it's very important to keep away stress.
But I
Mm-hmm.
don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yes, sir. Continue, sir. Yeah. Yes.
uh, we can talk about stress. Maybe you can ask that question to her
Correct.
also.
Correct. Ma'am, you just left
Yeah,
us with one of the
correct,
main topic that you were talking
correct.
about, this feeling of left out, the stress in
Yeah.
youngsters. Um, Even sir was also saying that you shouldn't take too much stress, and that might short up a lot of hormones, and then that would show up in the entire body. So, what is your opinion, ma'am? So, has it become very inseparable from modern work life for youngsters?
See, one is workload. The other thing is
Yeah.
feeling that load. See, passionate about it, whatever type of work, if you are interested in it, you may not feel the pressure.
Yeah.
So the other thing is insecure feeling, something I'm missing out or insecure feeling at work, whatever. That is the one that adds to the stress. And definitely that will change the hormones. It's not only changing in the hormones, it also alters our behavior. For example, if I am stressed, there are some people, because of stress, they eat. It's called stress eating.
Mm.
They're not hungry, it's not food time either, because they're stressed, they'll start eating whatever, and most of the time they eat on the unhealthy food at that time. They have a craving for fat or oily food or sweets at that time, because that reduces their stress. The other thing is, due to stress again, they may not able to concentrate, and so the work may prolong for a longer period. They become more inefficient. That is second thing. The third thing is, because of stress, many people stop their regular activities, physical activities, like they are going for some play or games or sports activities, or yoga, because of the stress. Okay, I can't do it. That is what. So it affects hormones wise, changes the diet, as also alters our physical activity. So it's very, very important. It has to be
Okay.
tackled.
Okay, ma'am. So when you say about the entire balance, you need to be physically active and everything. There's another question that comes, ma'am. Sleep deprivation and erratic routines. Sir was actually in the beginning, he was saying that where are youngsters who are sleeping early and waking up early? It's gone are the days. They wake up at 7 and they have to rush to office at 7:30. The sleep is entirely often ignored. And how significant is poor sleep quality becomes a trigger in developing diabetes?
Yeah. So it's been very well shown. Especially in the night shift workers. Previously, the type of jobs what we have is different. Only there are some jobs which are night shifts. So it
Yeah,
has been very well studied in them that these people, on long-term shift duties, night shift duties, will have diabetes, polycystic ovary, all these hypertension, all these they develop. But currently, especially with the IT, industry, most of them are working for some other time, country time, either
yeah,
to the Eastern time, where they wake up very early at 4 or 3 a.m. They log in. The other to the Western countries, they will log in till very late in the night, 2, 3 a.m. also.
true.
So this is, apart from this, there are people who are not actually working, but still they are on the screens, whether it's the telephone, phones, mobiles, or on the television or such things. So with work, definitely they have to adhere to the timings. There's no other alternative, but whenever possible, try and stick to the timing of sleep, because our bodies aligned, our hormones are aligned to such that morning time many of the hormones wake up, night time they go down. So,
Yeah,
and so that it keeps our body, to face the world. That's how it is designed for it. If you
yeah,
are not in sync, out of sync, the body gets confused. So more people tend to get all these lifestyle diseases.
yeah, yeah,
So it
yeah.
is very, very important we address that and sync ourselves to the environment.
Okay. So when all of these things doesn't get addressed, sir, that's the question that I'm coming to you again. Are young or say urban professionals unknowingly living in a pre-diabetic loop because of the 24-hour lifestyle culture that we are into?
See, people with diabetes, Indian people are more prone to get diabetes,
Okay.
are more genetically more
Okay.
prone to get diabetes because we have a lot of fat accumulated in the stomach, in the viscera, and because of insulin resistance, as you call it. People with India are more prone than the Japanese and so on for diabetes. On that, you talked about urban professionals, and Dr. Rajeshwari also talked about the difficulty maintaining a healthy lifestyle. So that added genetics, the genotype plus the phenotype makes up Indian more prone to get diabetes. That's why you get an explosion of pre-diabetes and diabetes. And we have more pre-diabetics than than diabetics in India.
Okay.
Because answering the question, most of the urban professionals are living in a pre-diabetic loop
Yes.
because of 24 by 7
7.
lifestyle. It's very, very, very unhealthy for most of them.
Okay. Okay. Ma'am, what's your view on this, ma'am? Are youngsters living in pre-diabetic age?
See, as sir told already, we are all very highly prone for diabetes just by genetically as such,
Okay.
because of the central or visceral fat.
Hmm.
So, but along with that, we are adding to that, sedentary lifestyle, wrong eating habits. Eating habits wrong means it is what we eat, how much we eat, and when we eat. Because I was telling about stress and sleep abnormalities. A
Yeah.
lot of people who work in the night, they tend to eat in the overnight also, like 2
Correct.
a.m., 1 a.m., like that. In the past, when we ourselves as doctors, we do night duties, we don't keep eating in the middle of the night. There are so many security personnel. They have particular timings, 9 or 8 or 10. They eat, and then after that, till the morning, they don't eat. So one is the sleep pattern itself, and eating in the wrong time, in the late nights, all that makes our body, body is designed to such that daytime it does some work, night it does other types of works. So
Hmm.
that is what it is designed for, which is not happening actually. So
Hmm.
definitely we are putting ourselves into a risk. It's not unknowingly, I would say. Many people in the back of mind, they know they are
They
doing
know.
something wrong. We know, but still they are not thinking that, okay, I don't have maybe the false security, like my family doesn't have diabetes, so I won't get it. I am still in this type of false hope they have on themselves. That is why they are in the back of their mind. I'm sure they know that what they are doing is not in the right way. Yeah.
Right, 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 right. Okay, okay. Coming to the after speaking all of these lifestyle habits that are wrecking all youngsters and pushing them towards diabetes, one thing we need to talk about something at large perspective, at a national level. What policy interventions, sir, can truly change the trajectory of diabetes in India?
So I would introduce you to a concept called prevention.
Okay,
Primary prevention, secondary prevention, tertiary prevention. Primary prevention is not allowing the individual to become diabetic.
okay,
And secondary prevention is somebody has got microorganism from progressing to end-stage renal disease.
hmm,
Yes. Tertiary prevention is you have retinopathy,
hmm,
you blindness. You prevent blindness from occurring in that individual, or he has neuropathy, you prevent him from cutting off his leg, having having that person undergo a minimum amputation. Tertiary prevention. So in the policy of the government,
hmm,
we need to tell about the government.
yeah,
Private people cannot do it on their own. The NCPD's program or other such programs should take into consideration people who have a strong family history of diabetes to avoid sedentary lifestyle and undergo checking very frequently. Undergo checking frequently. This is the only way to prevent diabetes.
yeah.
Undergo checking with a HbA1c test done every 6 months or 1 year. and make them physically active, give them space to do exercise,
Mm.
like avoid certain food.
Okay.
This is required for primary prevention.
Okay.
The prevention is with the doctors, tertiary prevention with doctors.
Okay. Right.
Primary
Right.
prevention as well as with the government, with everybody,
Okay.
policy makers.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Right. Thank you, sir. So, when you say individuals need to go for testing, and they need to test their HbA1c 3 to 6 months. So this is even for the youngsters because they are the ones who are also being more prone to diabetes, right?
The above 20 years in India is prone to get diabetes.
Above
So
20 years.
above 20 years.
Okay.
So the cutoff. So you should do a HbA1c at least once a year.
Okay.
If
Okay.
you're above 40, 50 every 6 months,
Okay.
the test should be done.
Okay.
You don't go you have point of care HbA1c machines now.
Hmm.
So you can use at home,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
just as you did COVID testing at
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
You do HbA1c test at home.
Okay. Okay.
Every lab does the HbA1c now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. One last question to ma'am is we spoke about the policy intervention, and sir also highlighted about how there needs to be prevention becoming a very large scale, and how we need to catch not just the individuals but check their family history to bring into testing routine. Ma'am, so when that is the case with the policy and the intervention and everything, how can individuals practically integrate prevention through nutrition, stress management, regular screenings into their daily lives without feeling it too overwhelming?
Yeah. So I think a lot of times when I see these personnel from army and all, their sugars are well controlled usually. That's because ultimately for diabetes, discipline is probably the answer. Whether it's
Okay.
a diet or exercise or sleep timings, etc. And it should not. I don't think individually it is going to be very easy to follow. I think it's we have to now hold on to something called the family. So at home it is the family which can help in, sometimes when we say patients, they say, oh, only this person has diabetes, why should others eat that type of food? So that should not be the case. Everyone should have, because as a family they're all at risk of diabetes, because as part of Indians or the type of food they're eating. So I think the diet should become something natural for the family to eat a healthy diet. That is the basic thing. So once it is family routine, they will follow that. That is there. And exercise, again, the family that exercises together, they tend to exercise more regularly, more often they're likely to regularly exercise. So I think that is also should be in the family. If not, you can have a group of friends, or at the workplace also. There are many workplaces, big companies, they have this gym, etc., but how many of them are used, utilized
Yeah,
properly?
absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
at the workplace or by the with the help of the family, exercise should become a very regular thing. Either it can be together, everyone does yoga, in the at one particular specific time at work, or in the family.
Yeah.
That or some regular sports activities at the end of the work or beginning of the work, or even some of these centers can give breaks, 15-20 minutes break for exercise as a whole, as a team they can all do. That
Yeah.
is something that will be good. And family, again, we can help in reinforcing, especially when I tell the children who come with the parents who have diabetes. They tend to see that their parents switch off the television or phone at particular time, and
True.
they go to bed. They see to that children are really, they follow the rules if we tell them.
Correct.
So they are like policing them. So as a family, I think we should use the crux as a family and try to see to that they follow the uh, diet. It can be easily followed if it is practiced in the family. And exercise is something whether they have to latch on to the family or at the workplace and try to get it done, or on their way to work, if they use the public transport with
Yeah.
metro or no, or a bus, all these things, they walk there, they climb, they have to walk again. So these things they can use as a part of the exercise itself.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sleeping. And
Yeah.
if you do things as a group, as a family, or at the work, it likely gives them more happiness, not just exercise. It gives them happiness and de-stresses them.
Yeah.
So that is what I would suggest.
Thank you, ma'am. I think that's an elaborate process of to-do lists to prevent diabetes. And absolutely, very impressive that diabetes prevention, the key is discipline. And as Sir was also pointing out, we need to create space for people for doing or performing physical activity. I think that's a really eye-opening tips that you all have given us. One last question to both of you, which I think I did not give a heads up, but sir and ma'am, if we look back, the mid 80s saw the arrival of instant foods like Maggie. And by the mid 90s, fast food culture and soft drinks, McDonald's, Pepsi, and others became a very common thing. This marked a gradual descent into highly processed eating habits. One question that I want to ask you is, how long do you think it will take for us as a society to return to natural and truly healthy food? And what will it make this shift possible?
If you want to go first, you can go first.
Yes, ma'am, yeah. You want to go first?
Yeah. Sure, no problem.
Yeah,
So I think it is through the advertisements or through the media, social media, whatever this wrong habits came. Correct. I think we should use the same social media or the television or these things to drive in the right or healthy lifestyle also, by giving it can be through the government policies, as Dr. Vijay sir already said. Through the policies that you promote them to it. Already some of the changes we see, like there is more tax on the some of the unhealthy foods. So that type of thing, government can drive it. And education, we as doctors or healthcare professionals, and you from the media, are something who can do a lot of change. Education is the key for it. And
yeah.
I think that it can start even as early as in the school itself, through their curriculum, what is healthy. And it has to be not in the textbooks alone, it should be in the practice in the school. Yes, let them get healthy foods to the school, like, fruits, vegetables, vegetable breaks, that is what type of short breaks they can do. So that we
Vegetable
highlight that
breaks.
good things. Yes, they have
That's
water
very
breaks in
interesting.
some of the, Karnataka, some of the schools, they've given water breaks so that children
Water
do
breaks,
drink
yes.
water enough. Yeah, so
Yeah,
like that, instead of snack break, it should be specifically vegetable or fruit break. So
yeah.
this, from a very early stage, we start such good healthy habits. Probably it will remain for longer periods of time, and hopefully it should uh, change sooner than later.
How long, ma'am? That's sooner. That's the question. How long will we take to go back to
It should be
eating
less.
healthy?
Yeah,
Ma'am?
yeah, definitely to reduce the diseases, it should be less than a decade. I would say not many decades, less than a decade. It should. That's
Less
when
than.
we'll catch up and get back to better, life and healthy lives.
Okay, okay. Sir,
I think less than that,
oh, less
decade,
than decade.
less than decade, because
Okay.
many users are now aware of what is, because of the social media influence. They
Yeah,
are more into exercising, and I'm talking about Chennai.
yeah.
We seeing more people walk on the beach front. More
Yes.
youngsters are walking with the headphones and all that.
Headphones, yeah.
So they're listening to music and they're walking. It's
Yes.
exactly. So I think the social media is going to take over, and so once the social media takes over, we will have less dependence on the other media, and people in the younger age will adopt these methods and follow them.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I think both of you have said less than a decade or even lesser than that is what will take us to go back to eating healthy and natural foods. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Vishwanathan, Dr. Rajeshwari, ma'am, for those deep and practical insights that you guys have given today. Today's discussion has made one thing very clear. Lifestyle-driven diabetes is preventable, as Sir said, and but only when awareness translates into daily action, maybe through awareness through social media or influencers or wherever it is. Thank you so much. To everyone who joined us today, thank you for being part of this important conversation on World Diabetes Day. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. We will take it up and answer and get our experts answer. Do we have any questions? Audience can put in questions on the chat. Yes, sir. We have one question to Dr. Vijay, sir. Can heart enlargement be caused by diabetes, chronic stress, or a sedentary lifestyle? How to address it?
Yeah, I think cardiac enlargement is he's talking about dilated cardiomyopathy.
Yeah.
So it is possible. Heart failure is more common
Mhm.
than cardiomyopathy. Heart failure is very common in as your duration of diabetes, as your age advances. Heart failure is more drugs which can act on the heart failure and diabetes together.
Okay.
They're called the inhibitors.
Sorry, sir. We broke you at that point. What it is called?
SGLT2 inhibitors,
Oh, okay.
which reduce heart failure, hospitalization due to heart failure, and also diabetes, reduce the blood sugar. It is recommended by all the organizations, the ADA, American Diabetic Association, RSDA, by Indian and outside India organizations. So I think it's very important to know about heart failure. Heart failure is preventable and treatable,
Okay.
and nobody should for heart failure.
Okay.
Diabetes also is a condition which leads to heart failure, so you should try to prevent it.
Okay. Diabetes is also can lead to heart failure, and we should prevent it. Okay. Thank you. This is another, I think, question to both of you. How to control central obesity? Ma'am wants to take, sir wants to take. Anyone?
Yeah, yeah. So
You can go first.
again, the same whatever we spoke about preventing diabetes. Diabetes, we know it's due to insulin resistance, and that happens due to central obesity. That is more abdominal fat. So the same things which helps in preventing diabetes. That is regular exercise, eat high fiber food, less processed food. These are the ways. And one more thing, I feel central obesity is much more prominent. Indians are prone for it. We are using a lot of times now the abdominal exercises. Many people do walking and all. The exercise is not less for the other muscles, especially abdominal wall muscles. Previously we used to sit down on the floor for everything, including eating or anything. That has come down drastically or almost disappearing, I would say, current modern era. So I think that is one thing. So we can, if we don't do that at sitting at home, it's possible, not possible at work. We can do some regular exercises,
Okay.
to strengthen abdominal wall muscles and generally increase the muscular activity. So other than walking, we'll say at least 2 to 3 days in a week, we should do muscle strengthening exercises, which you can do for weights or with elastic bands that are available for improving the strength of the muscles. Also, yoga, yogasana, where you use your own body weight as the, and do the exercises like Surya Namaskara, all these things. Probably these are very important things that will help generally obesity as also address the issue of diabetes.
Okay. If we yes, sir, you were trying to say something?
No, I was just saying I would second what Dr. Rajeshwari said just now.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So yes, sir.
In short, yoga is an esteemed model from New Delhi has also shown that yoga is useful for diabetes. We did a study uh, for the Department of Science and Technology,
Okay.
was showing that yoga is useful. We measured adiponectin and so on, and the levels came up. I'm sorry, adiponectin
Yeah.
increases with the diabetes is less. So we use adiponectin. We used markers of inflammation,
Hmm.
CRP going down. So yoga is definitely useful. They should do exercise and yoga. And
Okay.
as Dr. Reddy said, To improve insulin resistance, you should do exercises with the weights.
Weights.
Even
Okay.
women, even women should use weights.
Women also should use weights. Okay.
Not men alone. Women also should use weights. A bottle of water, one
Okay.
liter water is enough to be exercises and
Yeah.
reduce insulin.
Thank you. Okay. Like a light dumbbells.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
actually, in the olden days, people did do that. Women, they used to do this, grinding,
Yeah.
all the things, so to clean up. So they used to lift a lot of weight. They used to carry water from the, draw water from the wells or carry water from the, ponds and lakes. So they used to carry heavy weights, which currently we don't do any of those things. Yeah,
Okay.
even if people go shopping, they use those trolleys with wheels. They're not carrying much weight.
Yes, yes, that's a very good point made, ma'am. Um, we all talk about all of this, but always when it comes to diabetes, when it comes to losing weight and controlling obesity and everything, people always ask one last thing: what are the foods to consume and what are the foods not to consume? So we'll end that this beautiful session with that point. Maybe ma'am and sir could just speak a little bit on that: foods and avoid and to consume.
To
So,
avoid
Yes, okay. You can go with avoid or you
foods.
can go with to
Um,
consume.
yeah, and lot of things people do think like fruits are good, so fruit juices are even better.
Okay.
So that is wrong. Fruits as whole it's better, but not as juices. They also think all the benefit of the vegetable is transferred to the vegetable juices. That is wrong. The vegetable is mainly for the sake of fiber to a great extent. So eat
Okay.
them as it is, like a raw or boiled, rather than making into many of these shakes. They do vegetable and fruit shakes. Don't do that. And have less of processed food and whole. You know
Oh, sorry. I think we got disconnected from ma'am. Sir, you can continue.
oh, I think she was talking about the
Yeah.
don'ts.
Yeah.
So you can take plenty of vegetables, plenty of proteins, vegetables, veggies. You have veggies available all over
Yeah.
the place.
Yeah.
So lastly, the fruits can be taken whenever you're hungry. Take vegetables in plenty. 6 servings is recommended by the World Health Organization. 6 servings of fruits and vegetables is
Mm-hmm.
recommended by World Health Organization. So you
Okay.
should include
Yes, sir. You can
Dr.
continue.
You
Yeah.
continue, you can continue what you were saying.
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
Rajeshwari, ma'am,
So
you can continue.
correct. And the other thing is, no, as I said, it's become as a fad. A lot of people use coconut water is good for health, especially when someone is having loose motion, electrolyte imbalances. But a lot of people, they think it's so good every day, two or three. Now it's coming in packets also, I heard.
Yeah.
So
Tender.
overdoing things, and suddenly they say protein is good. I eat only protein. 6 eggs in the morning, to chicken in the afternoon, again 6 eggs. So don't overdo it. It may be overload for our kidney also. So drink water, we say, yeah, 2-3 liters. They will go overboard to a lot of like 3-4 liters of water, or sometimes, especially elderly, they end up with low sodium. So don't overdo it. It's a balanced food we want. A major portion of the food should be fiber rich, that is vegetables, one-fourth portion of protein, one-fourth portion of starch, and milk, or buttermilk, or some amount of calcium containing things. This is what we want, with a balanced water based on the climate of that place, 2-3 liters or so. I think the balancing is important. As much as possible, don't use much of processed ones. That is everything in the liquid form or powdered form. Don't do that. That is the main message I would want to give.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, ma'am. Thanks. Yes, sir.
Very tasty. Avoid it. Anything
Anything
which
that
is
is tasty, avoid it. Oh, that's that's a great blanket statement. Yes.
anything which you like, avoid it. And
Okay.
you take it.
Okay.
So that's the Good
That's the
message.
key.
Yeah.
That I think that's a good summary, sir. That you said. Anything that is tasty, avoid it. Anything that you like, avoid it. And I think that's where you get the answer to what is to be avoided and to consume. Thank you so much, doctors. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for wonderful audience who have been very participative and asking a lot of questions. If there are any other questions, you can write it to us. We will take it up with doctors, and we do come up with different formats of content, and then we would write and publish the entire webinar as a story, as a podcast, as a webinar series. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Rajeshwari, ma'am. Thank you, audience, for this wonderful session. Request Dr. Vijay to please stay for 2 minutes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.